What's going on, guys? The Witch Doctor. I've emerged from the darkness once again, people, to tell you about the Primal Kyogre EX and Primal Groudon EX cards. I do hope these are the real ones because it does say PokeBeach.com on the little picture you can see right there. But I'm trying to tell you guys, at first glance, here's what I thought about the cards. At first glance, I thought both of them were horrible. I thought, okay, so far all the EX Pokemon that are Megas that Mega evolved, like Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur, those Megas weren't all that good. The other ones weren't all that good either. It's just until now in Phantom Force that Mega Manectric and Mega Gengar are actually pretty decent, only because of their Spirit Link cards that you can use to attach. But at the same time, I don't like that because that means I can't attach a Muscle Band. Anyways, at first look of Primal Kyogre, I thought, it's another type of like mega card, because as you can see right there, Primal Revision rules say that when your Kyogre becomes primal, your turn ends. Yet again, we get that rule. Although we do have a nice 240 HP for Kyogre, which is actually really nice. Let's go into his attack, which is Tidal Storm. For 3 water energies and 1 colorless, you do 150 damage. The effect of this is move 2 energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. The attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Now, that's actually not that bad of an attack, but the problem that I have with the card is that it's not optional to move the energy. You have to move the energy around. But here's the thing that made, when I first saw Kyogre, I was like, this card is going to be bad. When I saw the attack, I was like, man, I'm Mega Evolving just for that. If I put a Muscle Band, yeah, I can practically knock out stuff like Evil Tile and stuff like that. I think Evil Tile has 170 HP. Anyways, now, here is where things become a lot different. At first, I didn't notice the card had an ability. It has the Alpha Growth. Now, what is Alpha Growth? Well, it's right there on top, right below its primal name, which was kind of what threw me off. So, here's what it does. When you attach an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, except from an attack, ability, or trainer card, you may attach 2 energy cards. So, not only do you get to power up Pokemon on your bench, but you can accelerate the energy with Kyogre with just 2 turns. That's insane. Primal Kyogre is actually very good. Looking back at it now, when I first thought, hey, they were going to be bad, the bad side of this is that you do miss a turn of attaching unless you attach to your Kyogre EX with just 1 energy. But the thing is, you still end your turn. Now, the thing is, it is weak to grass, and let's face it, we don't have that many grass decks unless they are still running Virizion Genesect. That's the only thing I can see giving you a problem. But also, Evil Tile could give you a problem too, because the amount of energy you have on Primal Kyogre is kind of a bit much. But hey, I think I'm going to use this card. I would actually use it. The only problem is, again, it ends your turn. Now, unless we get another card like the Manectric Spirit Link and Gengar Spirit Link thing, boom, we have a chance to use Primal Kyogre first turn. But also, you have to take into consideration that if you do have an item card to attach to these Pokemon to not end your turn, you're still taking up an item slot, and I do not like that at all. For the best example, Primal Kyogre could knock out a lot of things that are 170 HP or under if you had a Muscle Band. But I guess it doesn't matter too much since you're doing spread damage with the Tidal Storm, which, you guys know me, I love spread damage. You can see my Kyurem deck. Oh man, I use Kyogre in that one too, which gets me thinking maybe I can revive the Kyurem deck if, depending on how things get rotated out, I would like to use Kyurem again. But the problem with that is, of course, things are going to get rotated out, and Kyurem was reprinted in Legendary Treasures, but again, I don't know how long that's going to last. It should last fairly, because the next set that might be rotated out is the plasma sets. So Plasma Freeze, Plasma Storm, and stuff like that, probably gonna be gone. But yeah, so that's our first look at Kyogre. Kyogre is probably the best one. But before I say it's the best one, let's look at Primal Groudon. Alright, now as you can see here on your screen, we have Primal Groudon EX. Just like Primal Kyogre, it has 240 HP. Again, it also has the Primal Revision rules where if you Primal Evolve the Groudon, it ends the turn. Again, I'm not liking that too much. Obviously, I think it's a waste of a turn. But let's look at his attack. His Giga Volcano, 100 plus damage for 3 fighting energy and 1 colorless. If there is any stadium card in play, his attack does 100 damage more. Discard that stadium card. Okay, right off the back, you're doing more than Kyogre if you have a stadium in play. Also, you can knock out almost every EX Pokemon card in the game that is not a Mega Evolved Pokemon or Primal Kyogre. So what does that tell us about Primal Groudon? Do I think he is better than Primal Kyogre? I'll be very honest with you, no. I do not think Primal Groudon is better than Kyogre because of the simple fact of the energy acceleration. I will say though that there is a lot of fighting Pokemon support now thanks to Furious Fist, and Primal Groudon could actually be pretty good. I'm not saying he's going to be terrible. Just because I say Kyogre is better doesn't mean that Primal Groudon will be better himself or that he's not going to be terrible. English is hard. But it does kind of evolve you to make the deck, you have to play a lot of stadium cards in the deck, and I will not lie though, a lot of decks nowadays do play stadium cards, and like I said about the fighting support, you do have strong energy, which does power up Groudon's attack and stuff like that. There's a fighting stadium card that I believe boosts the attacks. I don't know if it excludes the EX Pokemon, I'm not too sure, I forgot. I haven't really looked into the fighting type stuff, but there is support for it. There's a way to search them out too. I mean, Ultra Ball, of course, but I think Karina, I forgot that girl's name, but she can search fighting Pokemon, and I think that's what she does. I forgot. But regardless, there's a lot of support for Groudon, which is what I'm trying to tell you. Kyogre, not so much, but Blastoise is still a thing. So maybe that's the way you can use Kyogre with Blastoise. But then I don't really see the point of using Blastoise too much if we have the Alpha Growth ability, which would, which powers up Kyogre. I had to reread it again. Which powers up Kyogre's energy acceleration by putting 2 energy instead of 1. Now, Groudon, on the other hand, does have a really good ability. His Omega Barrier is probably one of the best abilities I've seen in a very, very long time. When your opponent plays a trainer card, excluding tools and stadium, prevent all effects of that card done to this Pokemon. Right off the back, first card I think of, Hypnotoxic Laser. Exactly, Hypnotoxic Laser. It can't do anything to Groudon. Any card that you would use to counterbalance Groudon, it just doesn't work. You try to Lysander Groudon, nope, it's just not gonna work. Although the, what is that new Team Flare tool card? It's red, some Team Flare's headgear or something like that. I don't remember the name, I'm sorry. I should be looking at this stuff prior. But the headgear could still affect Groudon because it's a Pokemon tool. And it would make which would actually hurt Groudon pretty bad too, because it means it gives you an extra colorless energy to your attack. So that means you would have to use 5 energy instead of the 4. Which right off the back is already pretty high. So, yeah guys, these are the new cards. Now, like I said, I hope they are real. I think they are because it does say the PokeBeach.com thing on there. They wouldn't post anything that isn't fake, I believe. I would hope so, or maybe these images are fake. Even if they are fake, I'm just reviewing the cards to show you what we can expect if they are fake. But I'm pretty sure they're real. I hope they are. Oh boy, if they're not real, ooh, this video will be bad. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, guys, these are the Primal Pokemon, and let me know down below what you think of this. I could do more of these upcoming EX Pokemon card reviews, letting you know what you can do with them, how they're gonna work out, what decks you can put them in, etc. like that. And darkness, people, is coming. One day it's gonna come. The darkness is gonna spread across the world. One day, watch, boys and girls, it's gonna spread. Darkness.